Welcome to Reycraft Read Alouds. Reycraft Books is a children's trade book imprint focused primarily on publishing books by authors and illustrators from underrepresented communities. To learn more about our books, please visit us at www.raycraftbooks.com. In addition, go to our YouTube channel for more read alouds, book trailers, and videos featuring our authors and illustrators. This month's read aloud is Monsters Growling in the Background, illustrated by Martin Ontiveros. This collection of classic and contemporary poems will send shivers up and down the spine of any reader brave enough to open the book. Introduction. It was a dark and stormy night, as all good Halloween nights should be. My friends and I threw on our costumes, ready for candy and some creepy fun. One was a superhero, another a clown, the last a famous movie villain, and I dressed as a pickle. As we crossed the street in front of the cemetery, we noticed dark figures rising from the graves. Then strange shapes appeared on the dimly lit sidewalk in front of us. The sounds, distant, unfamiliar, and growling louder, were the sounds of monsters growling in the background. We turned to run, but as we did, a creature with dripping red fangs blocked our way. I let out a shriek that started deep in my gut and exploded into the darkness. A tingling like 1,000 tiny spiders moved up and down my spine and shot out of my legs as I fell to the ground. That's the last thing I remember about that night. I've collected these poems, some as old as a rotting corpse in a grave, others as new as a baby goblin, to capture what we felt that night. I suggest you read them with the lights on, or just maybe with them off, but only if you dare. The Night Wind by Eugene Field. Have you ever heard the wind go, you? 'Tis a pitiful sound to hear. It seems to chill you through and through with a strange and speechless fear. 'Tis the voice of the night that broods outside when folk should be asleep. And many's the time I've cried to the darkness brooding far and wide, over the land and the deep. Whom do you want, O lonely night? That you will wail the long hours through, and the night would say in a ghostly way, you. My mother told me long ago, when I was a little tad, that when the night went wailing so, somebody had been bad. And then when I was snug in bed, whither I had been sent, with the blankets pulled up round my head, I'd think of what my mother'd said, and wonder what boy she meant, and who's been bad today. I'd ask of the wind that hoarsely blew, and the voice would say in its meaningful way, you. That was true, I must allow. You'll not believe it, though. Yes, though I'm quite a model now, I was not always so. And if you doubt what things I say, suppose you make the test. Suppose when you've been bad some day and up to bed or sent away from mother and the rest, suppose you ask who has been bad. And then you'll hear what's true, for the wind will moan in its ruefulest tone, you. Halloween Party by Ken Nesbitt. We're having a Halloween party at school. I'm dressed up like Dracula. Man, I look cool. I dyed my hair black and I cut off my bangs. I'm wearing a cape and some fake plastic fangs. I put on some makeup to paint my face white, like creatures that only come out in the night. My fingernails, too, are all pointed and red. I look like I'm recently back from the dead. My mom drops me off and I run into school and suddenly feel like the world's biggest fool. The other kids stare like I'm some kind of freak. The Halloween party is not till next week. The Ghost by Richard Jones. I live in a house with no windows. A black curtain hangs on my door. The voices of conscience torment me. I live in a room with no floor. There's dirt in the corner I can't see. There's water that runs down the wall. There are mice in the attic above me and rats playing games in the hall. I live in a house with no windows and sleep in a room with no heat. The darkness of life that surrounds me keeps out the sounds of the street. I wake when the shadows have fallen and walk when the memories cease. When purpose in life has no meaning and only the wicked find peace. Each night you sense that I'm by you. You feel my breath as you sleep. You hear the faint creak of the floorboards as out from the shadows I creep. I live in a house with no windows. I live in a house that's now yours. It's my voice you think that you're hearing, for I died in this room with no doors. Ghost Bus by Joe Wayman. Underneath the lamppost in the middle of the night, a ghost bus made a silent stop, a strange and fearful sight. At the bus stop at your corner, something big and green climbed down, is looking for your bedroom, and it has searched all over town. You thought it couldn't find you, that you were safe and you were sound. You thought that you could hide where you never could be found. But now it's almost here. You know it loves the dark of night. There's only one thing you can do. Quick, turn on the light. Whew. Mr. Macklin's Jack-o'-lantern by David McCord. Mr. Macklin takes his knife and carves the yellow pumpkin face. 3 holes bring eyes and nose to life. The mouth has 13 teeth in place. But Mr. Macklin, just for fun, transfers the corncob pipe from his wry mouth to Jack's, and everyone dies laughing. Oh, what fun it is, till Mr. Macklin draws the shade and lights the candle in Jack's skull. Then all the inside dark is made as spooky and as horrible as Halloween and creepy crawl. The shadows on the tool house floor, with Jack's face dancing on the wall. Oh, Mr. Macklin, where's the door? Halloween by Carol Kankar. Walk through the graves on Halloween night. The ghouls wear black and the ghosts wear white. Memories linger of lives long dead, and bodies sleep in a deep dirt bed. The revelry moves to tortuous tones, screaming and moaning amid the gray stones. The powers of darkness bring lost souls home, never to rest, forever to roam. Cries of passion possessed by the night, tormented shadows, creatures of fright. The voices of death capture howls far away, the celebration for those gone astray. Restless remains and spirits arise, then back to the ground where their future lies. Those are just a few of the poems in this book. I hope you will pick it up, check it out, and read some more. They include The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, Song of the Witches, Double, Double, Toil and Trouble by William Shakespeare, Skeleton Pranksters on Halloween Night by Kelly Roper, The Little Ghost by Edna St. Vincent Millay, The Spider and the Fly, a fable by Mary Howitt, and Someone by Walter de la Mare. And that concludes our read aloud for this month. I hope you will join me for next month's read aloud. Happy reading, everyone.